Welcome inside the Island Savings Center. It is Game 6 of the Interior Division quarterfinals with the Cowichan Capitals leading the best of 7 set by a 3-2 score. Penticton kept their season alive with a 4-1 win on Saturday night, forcing tonight's game. If they win again tonight, we go back to the South Okanagan Event Center for Game 7, which would be on Wednesday evening. Capitals win tonight, punches their ticket to the second round, where they would see the higher seed between Wenatchee and Vernon. Vernon already into the second round. Wenatchee playing Game 7 at home against West Kelowna tonight. Cote will face off against Silja as we are underway here at the stick. Capitals win the draw. Melaragny will flip it in near side corner. Evan McIntyre going back for it. Takes a check from Gauthier. Brodziak plays into the corner for Cote. Cote will bring it around the back of the goal. Now stripped to the back of the net. Silja rings it around, can't clear. Melaragny's long shot blocked by Linnell. Brodziak will keep it alive and fire it back in behind the goal. LaFontaine out of his goal. There's a penalty coming up, and both guys are going to go. Melaragny got tangled up on the far side with Eric Linnell, who's taken his fair share of big checks in this game. He's going to go as well. He's trying to head back to the bench. And I believe he's trying to say that he might be cut, but I don't think he's won that draw. It's going to remain 5-on-5 with 23 seconds gone in this first period. Linnell's one of those guys that Mike Vandekamp has talked about a bunch in this series, and guys that have turned when taking hits, and he's taken a couple of big shots in this series. And there he got tangled up with Melaragny, and they'll each sit for two. Far side, it's a fourth line shift for Cowichan. Dan McIntyre, Colton Cousins, Cole Broadhurst. The face-off is against Harrogate. And Broadhurst jumped, which will wave McIntyre out. Cousins will come in to take it. It's Harrogate, Lowhite, and Bose for Penticton. Far side circle to the right of LaFontaine. Cousins wins the draw. Scott far point tried to step in and fire. It was off a stick and out of play, and they'll redraw on that far side. A big crowd here in the stick for a win and move on Game 6 for Cowichan. Crowd still filing in. It's nearly full on the far side of the rink and on the near side as well. The high this year was 11-20 in a game against Nanaimo, and I'm thinking that they're going to crush that tonight. Far side, Cousins battling at the top of the circle, plays it into the middle. Now Jonathan Smart for Penticton. Far side, Luke Lowhite will skate it into the Cowichan zone. With numbers, his long shot has a bounce off a stick and into the near side. Smart spins and fires, and he pumped it wide of the goal. Far side, Lowhite takes a check from Broadhurst and rustles him down to the ice. Played back to the line. Miller keeps it in. Near side corner now. Spencer Hora collects the ring around. Plays it forward. Broadhurst will chop it through the middle. Miller cuts it off. Quick feed forward. Harrogate tips to the far side for Lowhite. Drop pass Harrogate. Harrogate now into the corner. Lowhite sharp angle shot stopped by Diamond. Scott will skate it out through the far side. Stick lifted from behind by Harrogate, and McIntyre will force it out to center. Now Bose looking to send it in. Takes a check from Cousins. He'll make a change. 1:20 gone here in the first period. Penticton the lone shot on goal. It's Spencer Hora at the back of the net. Now Doug Scott far side rifles it up the wall, and Selivanov will get a stick on it and tip it up into the netting on the far side. And I believe the face-off is going to come on the Capitals side of center, far side of the ice. Jack LaFontaine making the start once again for Penticton. He's 2-3 in the series, but he had a pretty good night in Game 5 to lower his numbers. 2.00 goals against, .926 save percentage. Near side, Lucas Sillinger plays it into the Cowichan zone. Selleck sends it back out to center. Skating into it now is Brady Lynn, 1-on-2. Lynn long range shot, that's off the stick of Mason Snell and out of play. Lucas Sillinger playing in Game 6 after many people, including myself, thought he wouldn't be dressing tonight. He picked up a 5-minute major and a game misconduct for a check to the head with 20 seconds to go in Game 5. And during the regular season, that comes with an automatic 4-game suspension, but it was rescinded, and he's in the lineup tonight. Back of the goal, James Miller will fire it into the netting on the near side, and Penticton won't be able to change, and it'll be another offensive zone draw. Cowichan has Selleck, Selivanov, and Lynn on the ice. Nico Selivanov leading the Capitals in points in the playoffs after he had a 4-point game in Game 1. It was Massimo Rizzo with a big-time night in Game 5. He had 4 points, 2 goals, and 2 assists in on all 4 goals to keep the Vees season alive. Sillinger tips it in. Mike Giannakis retreats back and fires it in behind his own goal near side for Boo Grist. Grist up the near side for Lynn, who tips it to center. Gontus far side for James Miller. Miller will wrist it in. It rings around towards the near side. Grist finishes the check on Gontus, and the puck bounces out to center. Snell, as Gontus is tied up with Lynn trying to change, but they let it go both ways as Sillinger will play it in far side. A little more than 2 minutes gone here in the first period. Horror reverses far side for Luke Wilson. Wilson gets around Bowes in the middle of the ice in his own zone. Here's Wilson gearing up. Far side into the Vees zone. Steps into a shot. It's fought off by LaFontaine. Rebound back of the goal. Millette got tripped up and Wilson spilled right over top of him. And now Penticton has a chance to skate. Far side, Jack Barnes plays it forward looking for Shepard, who just sidestepped a check from Tabor. Shepard left the puck behind. Played out to center. Kozabud will send it right back in. That one hit the linesman in the midsection and bounced back out to center. Near side, it's Peter Musica, who will send it in as it bounces back of the goal towards the far corner. Peter Tabor, the first one onto it. Swings it through the middle. It's tipped to the line, but Musica keeps it alive. His backhand in down low finds Jack Barnes, but he lost it, and it bounced out to center. Now Carson Kozabud, poke check by Wilson, and it's collected by Cole Shepard. Shepard to the near side for Musica in the Penticton zone will fire it all the way down the ice. In a race for it, it is Tabor getting there ahead of Cilia, and Penticton will not be able to change as both Melaragny and Linnell come out of the penalty box. Cote, Gauthier, and Cousins to the near side of the Penticton goal. Cilia takes the draw for Penticton, and the Vees tried to make a change, and so now the official will bring Cole Shepard back onto the ice. Cilia takes the draw for Penticton, or rather now he won't, and Cassidy Bowes will take it. It's one into the middle, bounces back to Melaragny, chips it towards the goal, and he sent it just wide of the net. Near side, it's collected by Bowes as Musica pulled down Gauthier. Far side, Kozabud will send it in. Fans wanted a call on that battle in front of the net. Then Bowes takes a solid check from Grist to the back of the goal. Now Grist will ring it up the near side. Linnell keeps it in. Sends it down low to the near corner. Ryan Sandelin. Midpoint one-timer blocked by Cousins. It was McIntyre letting it go. Then Cilia gets hammered at the back of the goal by Grist after he shrugged off Cote, and then Grist gave him a big check. Smart steps in, into the middle. Linnell, he flipped it wide of the goal, and then it hit off the dasher and bounced straight up into the air. Cousins lost his helmet. He has to change. Far point, Evan McIntyre. Steps into a wrist shot, blockered away by Diamond. Near side, Harrogate walks down the boards. Plays back in the net for Sandelin. He takes a check from Cote. Sandelin looks to flip it down low. Cote cut it off. Now Grist couldn't clear. Sandelin with room. Midsection save from Diamond. He'll hang on. Capitals had a couple of chances to clear there and couldn't get the puck out. And Penticton with a chance in Ryan Sandelin walking off the near side boards into the middle. But a stop from Diamond, and he'll hang for a whistle. 4:08 gone, first period. Shots are 3-1 Vees. It's Rizzo, Gontus, and Sillinger. To the near side of the Cowichan zone, Selleck, Selivanov, Lynn. Vees win the draw. Lynn steps into it, pumps it out to center. Snell gloved it down, but it stays in the zone. Now far side, Rizzo one-timer, and it hopped over his stick on the backhand saucer pass. Rizzo spins and fires it, stopped by Diamond. Kicked in front, Sillinger a chance. Diamond kept it out, still loose in feet, and Lynn is able to corral for Cowichan. Far side for Selivanov, who tips it into the Vees zone. Penticton pressing here early. Rizzo back of the goal, floats it up the near side boards for Lucas Sillinger. Sillinger will find center to the near side for Gontus. Back into the middle, broken up by Scott, and then Rizzo fired it wide. Lynn will use the glass to bank it out to center. Smart in his own zone, now cuts back towards the middle and played it to an open wing, and McIntyre to hustle back for it as Selivanov forechecked. Far side Gontus into the middle for Massimo Rizzo. Rizzo stops up far top circle, or the Vees are changing, and he rings it in towards the near side corner. Bowes forechecking as the official took a spill at neutral ice and was slow to get up. Mike Giannakis, far side for Selivanov. Floater pass through the middle for Preston Brodziak. Brodziak getting wide on Kozabud, fires towards the goal. It was blocked by Smart, who plays it out to center. Melaragny fresh on the bench, picks it up at his own blue line. Near side for Boo Grist in the capital zone. Rifle to the far side for Wilson. Goes skate to stick, now flips it in on the backhand. Near side and corner, it's Bowes for Penticton to the back of the goal for Kozabud. Far side, low height. Tried to play it out. Wilson knocked it down and then poke checked it back down low. And Kozabud couldn't clear. And there's a penalty coming up against Brodziak. And then Kozabud tried to grab him. And both guys are going. It was going to be a Penticton power play. And then Kozaba grabbed Brodziak by the head and tried to take him down, but fell down himself. And I believe he's taken Penticton off the power play. Brodziak laid the check on Kozaba. And then Kozaba tried to grab Brodziak by the helmet and rip him down, but he fell down himself. And so I think we're going to stay at even strength. And it is going to remain 5-on-5. So they will draw to the far side of the ice, just in front of the penalty boxes. It's Rizzo, Shepard, and Barnes for Penticton, McIntyre, Broadhurst, and Conquest for Cowichan. McIntyre wins the draw. Tabor will ring it in. It bounces into the near side corner. Hard on the forecheck is Broadhurst. It's played into the skates of Snell. Now Conquest back of the goal. Walks around the back of the net. Gets tied up in behind the goal. Barnes there. Now trying to center is McIntyre, and he stuffed it off the near pad of LaFontaine. Cousins back of the goal trying to work it free. Able to strip Shepard. Conquest tried to load and fire, and he got tied up. Broadhurst back to the near point for Spencer Hora. Hora spins and fires. It was blocked by Barnes. Hora looking to play it in down low. Barnes will skate it towards center. Then he's pinned just in front of his own bench. Conquest looking to send it in. Fanned on it. Now Gauthier backpedaling with Pocek. And Tabor will flip it off the glass. It kicks back into the middle. Gauthier backhand. And he just sent it wide of the goal. Rizzo far side takes a check from Gauthier. Now Cilia takes one from Cote. Tabor up the wall for Cote, who was picked off by Cole Shepard. Shepard near side into the Cowichan zone. Cilia trying to get wide. Cousins keeps them to the outside. Shepard fell and tripped into the diamond. Play will continue up the far wall. It's Cruz Cote. Cote to the near side for Olivier Gauthier. Cutting towards the middle. Look to feed it for Cote, and it bounced off a stick and just wide of the goal. Far side Smart up the boards for Cilia. Cilia finds center. He gets squeezed by Melaragny, and Cote's back to the near side for Grist. Grist back into the middle for David Melaragny. Cuts to the far side and turns on the Jets. Into the Penticton zone, it's Melaragny, and then he tried to get wide and blew a tire. Smart will ring it around to the near point. Grist able to keep it in. Near side corner, Brady Lynn will send it back in the goal. Good answer here from Cowichan over the last couple of minutes. Hard on the forecheck, and they've gotten some zone time, but no shots. They've got just 2 in the game as Sandelin sends it in. Far corner, Harrogate going after it. Takes a check from Scott. Back of the goal, it's Boo Grist. Grist up the near boards. Lynn able to tip it out to center. Musique had the bouncing puck go between his legs, and he fired to the far side. Selleck skates it in, looks to chip it past Miller. Now low height. Takes a check from Selleck, who plays it in back of the goal for Miller. Miller up the near side boards for Cassidy Bowes. Quickly into the middle for low height. Pass hopped off his stick. Micro Giannakis will regroup. Far side Selleck takes a check from low height, lost the puck. Here come the Vees the other way. Far side for Bowes, looks to chip it into the far corner. Micro Giannakis back of the goal will ring it around. Near side for Lynn. He'll lift it high in the air, and that one's going to make it into the seats and over top of the Penticton bench with 11:52 to go in the first. Shots are 5-2 in favor of Penticton, but Cowichan has simplified their game over the last couple of minutes. A lot of pucks in deep and some physicality. Crowd still filing in here in Duncan, but not many seats left. Near side draw, Rizzo wins it for Penticton. Snell's long shot, sticked away by Diamond. Far side, it's Nico Selivanov in his own zone. He'll lift it high in the air out to center. Snell will glove down the bouncing puck. Fired through the middle, was intercepted by Selivanov. Cuts to the far side, looks for Millette, it was broken up. Now here comes Rizzo 2-on-3. Far side for Gontus. Gontus stops up, looks for Rizzo. Far corner looking to spin away from Micro Giannakis, who throws him into the wall. Now Gontus collects the loose puck, looking to bring it in back of the goal. He's checked by Preston Brodziak. Micro Giannakis sends it up the wall, cut off by Lucas Sillinger. Sillinger was poke checked, and it bounces out to center. James Miller backpedaling for Penticton, quickly through the middle. Gontus hands off for Rizzo. Rizzo looks to the far side, Sillinger extra drop. Gontus fanned on his shot. Scott Fick quickly to the near side for Micro Giannakis, who has room to skate. He's at the end of his shift, however, who risks it on goal. LaFontaine corrals the bouncing puck and hangs on. Exactly 11 minutes to go in the first, 9 minutes gone. Still looking for the game's opening goal. In just 1 out of the 5 games so far, the team that has scored first has not won the game. Cowichan scored first in game 1, they won 4-1. Penticton scored first in game 2, they won 4-1. Penticton scored first in game 3, Cowichan won 3-2 in overtime. And Cowichan scored first in game 4, a 3-0 win. And then finally Penticton scored the first 2 the other night and won 4-1. Up the near side boards, Gauthier flips it into the middle at the Penticton line for Ryan Sandelin. Sandelin's pass hit Brodziak. Now Cote looks to send it back in. That one hits Sandelin and bounces all the way back into the Cowichan zone. Melaragny looking to fight off Linnell, reverses at the back of the net, trying to jam it in front. Here's Cilia, but he couldn't get a shot away. A good poke from Cruz. Cote broke it up. Melaragny far side, Gauthier chips it in far corner. Fights off the check from Linnell, now walks back towards the point. Gauthier into the middle, down low for Brodziak, and he one-timed it wide of the goal. Now Cote far half wall takes a check from Harrogate, who lifts it up the boards far side. Linnell through the middle for Ryan Sandelin, trying to get wide on Broadhurst, far side for David Cilia. Cilia, long range shot off the midsection of Diamond. Hora collects the rebound. Near side for Broadhurst. He was poke checked by Shepard. Vees are offside, and it's blown down. I don't believe Penticton touched the puck, but with exactly 10 minutes to go in the first, they buzz it for the in-arena timeout, but it's the first whistle after the 10-minute mark, so we'll stick around.
If you have lucky number 0150.
And both teams have gone to their benches, but I don't believe they're taking the break here as guys have come back onto the ice. They face off right in front of the Cowichan bench. McIntyre ties up with Barnes. And then the clock is running now even after the stoppage, and it still has not stopped. And so now they've put a minute up on the clock. It was at now there's a second. It was at exactly 10 minutes. And there we go. Scramble draw once again. It bounces for Mike Giannakis. Far side for Doug Scott in his own zone. Forward for Cousins, who takes a big time check from Carson Kozabud as Cousins was trying to tip in that pass. Near side, Cole Shepard plays it forward and just sidesteps the check from Cousins. Barnes trying to step in. Puck's locked in his skates, and Mike Giannakis wrestles him down to the ice. Near side, McIntyre will pitch it out to center. Broadhurst ties up with Shepard, pulls him down. Play's going to continue. A little bit of grappling on both sides there. Far side, Gontus into the Cowichan zone. Lets a shot go that was partially blocked. Now Gontus, another chance into the middle. Protects the puck. Fires it off the stick of Scott. And out of play. And now we'll take a break. 9:22 remains first period. Still looking for the game's first goal. You're listening to Discovery Honda, Cowichan Capitals Hockey on 89.7 Juice FM. Welcome back inside the Island Savings Center in Duncan. Capitals and Vees still in search of the game's opening goal with 9:22 to go in the first period. I'm Justice Doucette. Thanks for joining us for Game 6 of the Interior Division quarterfinals. Capitals with a win would move on to the second round of the playoffs. Penticton with a win would force Game 7 back in Penticton on Wednesday night. Spencer Hora back of his own net in the Cowichan zone. Far side for Peter Tabor. Through the middle now for Preston Brodziak. He'll find center and send it in. Bounces just wide of the goal. Snell going back. Millette forechecking. Millette trying to kick it free near side. Snell works his way back to his feet and then kicks it up the far boards for Lowhite. Wilson picked it off. Now Millette spins it into the near side corner. Miller first onto it. Uses the glass to fire out to center, where Hora hammered Bose as Bose tried to blow him up just in front of the Penticton bench, and Hora absolutely hammered him. Bose flips it through the middle. Far side, Tabor retreats back into the Cowichan zone. Harrogate forechecking as it's flipped up the far boards. Now Jonathan Smart for Penticton. Lucas Sillinger far side. Sillinger will drop it off for Massimo Rizzo, who just steps around Wilson. Now up the far boards, it's cut off. Here's a feed through the middle for Lynn, and he got caught up to by Smart. Now Smart steers it through the middle for Gontouz. Far side with speed, now Rizzo, and the Vees are offside at the line as Gontouz flipped it to the far side and then had too much speed, and it carried him into the offensive zone ahead of Rizzo. 8:17 remains first period. Shots are 7-2 Penticton. But it's been a fairly even game after the first couple of minutes. Far side draw, neutral ice. Capitals win it. Micro Giannakis near side for Selivanov on the far side. He'll fire it cross corner into the near side. First onto it is Snell up the boards. Sillinger tips into the middle for Rizzo. Rizzo near side, 3-on-2. Steps towards the bottom of the circle and then chips it in down low. Scott looking to play it up the boards. He's able to do so. Lynn trying to touch into the middle. Here comes Selleck. Could be a 3-on-2. Paul Selleck trying to get wide. Cuts back towards the middle. Got tied up by Snell and couldn't get a shot away. Then Lynn just unable to keep it in at the line. It was in his skates. Scott far side back for Selleck. Selleck then lost the handle and it forces Lynn back into the Capitals' end. Back of the goal near side corner. Micro Giannakis far side for Scott. Now it's tipped in on the far side by Selivanov, sending Peter Muzica back. Muzica far side takes a strong check from Gauthier as he sends it out to center. Melaragny fires it back in. Capitals tag up. Kozma going back. Takes another check from Cousins, who went down to the ice. Near side, Sandelin forward for Cilia. Up for Linnell. Linnell near side. He stays on side and then flips it towards the goal from a sharp angle, and Diamond fought it off. Cote played out to center. Hard pass far side was knocked down but not controlled, and Cousins will turn. Near side for Olivier Gauthier. Gauthier will flip it into the corner. Cousins going after Muzica, lays a check. Now David Cilia for Penticton. Up the far wall for Eric Linnell. He's by himself, so he'll find center and flip it in softly as the Vees change. Grist at the back of the Cowichan goal will stop up. Far side, Melaragny cuts away from Sillinger. Now in front of his own net, will retreat in behind it. Sillinger forechecking, so Melaragny moves to the near side for Grist. Far side for Dan McIntyre. McIntyre into the Penticton zone, curls and drags, and they just sent it wide of the goal. Conquest down low looking for McIntyre, who has it. Centers for Tabor, and it was behind him, but he's able to keep it in, or rather not keep it in to the far side. Just couldn't keep it alive. Near side, Evan McIntyre for Penticton. Up the boards for Cole Shepard over the Cowichan line. Shepard cuts towards the middle, just sidestepped a check from Broadhurst, but left the puck behind. Hora to the far side for McIntyre. Chips it back into the far corner for Hora. Shepard takes a check from Hora, who sends him hard down to the ice. Tabor from the point. Wrist shot, hits something in front, and LaFontaine didn't see it. Now Shepard for Penticton. Plays it through the middle. It's back to the Cowichan bench. Micro Giannakis regrouping as the Capitals change. Tabor far side, finds center, flips it in on goal for LaFontaine, who picks up the rolling puck and hangs on with 5:39 to go in the first period. Good look there from Peter Tabor at the far point. He walked into the middle to find a lane and then let a shot go, which was hit something, I believe, Shepard in front of the Penticton goal. LaFontaine never went down in the crouch. He was standing and clearly did not see it come through. Far side draw, Brodziak against Harrogate. Brodziak wins it back. Scott from the point. That one didn't get through. Far corner, Brendan Harrogate for Penticton. Left the puck behind but had time to go back and get it. Now low height, far side, half wall. Up the wall for Harrogate. Takes a check from Scott and then steers it forward. Brodziak cut it off, trying to fight off low height. Sends it out to neutral ice. Brodziak avoids a couple of checks, chips it to the near side. Miller steps into it. Now back for Doug Scott. Far side for Luke Wilson. Wilson into the middle for Brodziak. Sidesteps Muzica, then ran into low height. Near side, it's Bose. Through the middle now for Harrogate. 5 minutes to go in the first, still scoreless. Harrogate 1-on-3, stepped into a shot. It was blocked by Micro Giannakis. Now it's chipped in front, and Cote collects for Cowichan. Up the near side boards for Olivier Gauthier. On the backhand, he flips it into the far corner. First onto it is Wilson. Now sent in back of the goal, collected by Kozabud. He sent it up the near side boards, but nobody was there for either team. Melaragny, who scored Cowichan's lone goal in Game 4, looks to send it in, but Gauthier was a step ahead as they had to try and avoid each other, and it's an offside call at the Penticton line. 4:38 to go first period. Just about standing room only here at the Stick on a Monday evening for Game 6 of the Interior Division quarterfinals. Cowichan won both games earlier in this series on home ice. Game 3 by a 3-2 count in overtime. Game 4 by a 3-0 score. Penticton's 4-1 win on Saturday night kept the series alive for the Vees. Melaragny in his own zone, steps around Gontoos. Now near side, chips it past Rizzo. Lynn will send it in. Near side, it's Mason Snell. Back of the goal to his partner in Miller. Far side, it's Gontoos. Through the middle now for Sillinger. Near side, he finds center, flips it into the middle. Rizzo forechecking is offside. Melaragny quickly up the near side for Lynn. Steps into the Penticton zone, then stops up. He'll send it in back of the goal. First onto it is Selivanov. Looking to chip it in front. That was broken up. Now tied up in the skates of Selivanov. Miller trying to dig it free. Now Miller cutting off. Selivanov puts it up the wall for Gontoos. Gontoos cuts towards the middle. Now feeds near side. It was cut off by Sillinger, who fed Rizzo near side as the Vees will regroup. Snell backpedaling into his own zone for Penticton. Through the middle. It was out of the reach of both Sandelin and Linnell. And Grist will slap it back in, and Cowichan will try and sneak in a change. Here's Miller gaining plenty of speed, quickly up the far wall for Rizzo. Rizzo takes a solid check from Cote, ringing the bell as it's fired in from the far side. Micro Giannakis, back of the goal now for Scott. It bounced off his skate. Linnell forechecking, looking to dig it free. He's centered. Cote broke it up. Cousins on the backhand, flips it out to center. Smart gloves it forward, plays to the near side for Ryan Sandelin. 2-on-2, cuts to the middle. It's blockered away by Diamond. Near side, Linnell down low, Cilia. To the far side, it's out of the reach of Sandelin. Now far side, it's sent in, but cut off by Cote. To the near side for Gauthier. Cote goes to the goal. Gauthier centers it, sticked away by LaFontaine. Stays in play. Cousins to the far corner for Cote. He's pinned by Smart. Far side board battle. Cousins onto it. He's checked by McIntyre, who shifts it up the boards for David Cilia. Cilia cuts towards the middle. The rest of the Vees change. Cilia will step into the Cowichan zone. Tried to stop up. Now hits the trailer Bose. Tried to let a shot go, and he's checked by Cousins. And then Bose wrestles Cousins down to the ice on the near side. And I believe Cowichan is going to the power play. Colton Cousins has taken a couple of big checks in this game, but he will never give up on a play. And Cassidy Bose gave him a couple of shots up high. And Cowichan will get the game's first power play with 2:33 to go in the first. It's a 2-minute high sticking call against Cassidy Bose, and with 2:33 to go in the first, Cowichan will go to the man advantage. Shots are 8 for Penticton, but the game hasn't been like an 8-4 shot game in one team doubling up another on attack. It's been close at both ends, but a solid start from Penticton has those numbers as lopsided as they are. These win the draw. Mason Snell back in the Penticton goal. Will load up and fire a slap shot that the official had to bend to get out of the way of, and a couple of guys on the Penticton bench had to lean back along the board. Lynn plays to the far side for Nico Selivanov. Now back into the middle for Melaragny. Far side, Selivanov. Back towards the near side for Lynn. Settles at the point. Midpoint Melaragny. Now Lynn. Far side, Selivanov. Midpoint Melaragny. Near side, it's Lynn. Loads up, looks back door, it's broken up. Now Selivanov, hands off for Melaragny. Walks down the far half wall, steers it in front. Wilson just chipped it wide. Miller looking to clear, got tied up, couldn't get it out. Selivanov with a good keep. Near side point for Lynn. Walks down the boards, side of the net for Selleck. Fights off a check from Snell. Midpoint Selivanov, couldn't settle it. Melaragny, wrist shot, There goes the bottle, and it's a 1-0 Capitals lead on David Melaragny's third of the series. Something about David Melaragny, and high short side on LaFontaine as he snaps it over the blocker, and the Capitals have a 1-0 lead. Just the second power play goal of the series for the Capitals, who had the league's worst power play in the playoffs. But David Meloragny has given the home side a 1-0 lead late in the first. We'll wait for the scoring play. It'll probably be a loud one. Gauthier sends it in down low. Cote in front for Cousins. Backhand stop by LaFontaine. He got a blocker on it. Good chance there off a forced turnover on the forecheck. Here's the goal. Sandelin back of the goal, walks towards the near side and center. Broken up by Gauthier. Here come the Capitals. Could be a 4-on-2. Near side Gauthier. He's got Meloragny with him. Gauthier tries to step to the goal, but it was poke checked. It's Meloragny from Selivanov and Lynn. Selivanov tries to stuff it to the goal. Loose in front. Lynn can't find it. Now here's Scott at the point. Midpoint, Hora. Lets a wrist shot go. That one didn't get through. Near side, Lynn. Wrist shot. Put it off the post. Near side, Lynn. 40 seconds to go in the first. Forces it towards the goal again. It's blocked by Smart. Near point, Hora. Just able to keep it on side. Now Lynn near top circle. Wrist shot was blocked, and it heads all the way down the ice. Brady Lynn put it off the post. Colton Cousins minutes earlier. Good chance on the backhand. 25 seconds to go in the first. Last 5 shots on goal in the game have come off sticks of Cowichan Capitals. Here's Selleck trying to cut towards the middle. Broken up by Snell. Vees can't clear. Selivanov, wrist shot just over top of the goal. It was fought off by LaFontaine and directed out of play. Boy, has Cowichan come on late in this first period. And the fans are showing their appreciation. 11.4 seconds to go in the first. 1-0 Capitals on David Meloragny's third of the series. A power play goal inside the last 2 minutes of the first period. Cote faces off against Harrogate. It's 1 to Snell, who will play up the near side boards for Cassidy Bowes. Trying to get wide, Cousins cut him off. Now Bowes tying up once again with Cousins. Those two have had a couple of pretty good battles. Cote will skate it to center, and that will do it for the first period. An ovation from a nearly packed house here in Duncan. David Meloragny's third of the playoffs, and Cowichan has a 1-0 lead through 1 period of play. Welcome back inside the Island Savings Center here in Duncan. Cowichan with a 1-0 lead through 1 period of play. David Meloragny, his third of the playoffs, with 1:39 to go in that opening frame. It comes on the power play from Nico Selivanov and Brady Lynn. We start the second 5-on-5. Cote against Cilia. As everybody comes to center, Gauthier and Sandelin are asked to back up on the far side. Draws one towards the near side boards. Smart will send it in, and the second period is underway. Far side corner, it's wrist up the boards for Olivier Gauthier. Tried to chip it out, knocked down by Cilia, who took a knock from Cote. Now played into the near side corner. Eric Linnell, the first one onto it. Back of the goal, cut off by Cote. Bounce back to Linnell. Back of the net once again, Ryan Sandelin now. Sandelin tied up, forced it in front. It was missed on the cover by Diamond, and then Gauthier will poke it out to center. Here's Colton Cousins one-on-one. Chopped away by Smart, sent up the boards. Wrist will drive it back in. Far side Smart, up the boards for Cilia. Smart took a good check there from Cousins. Meloragny on the quick up far side for Brady Lynn. Lynn steps into the middle. He's got room. Wrist shot blocked away by LaFontaine. Nice little curl and drag from Lynn, and he found tons of room. Micro Giannakis loads, fires. That was blocked. Now Selivanov far half wall. Back to the point, Micro Giannakis. Wrist shot, blockered away. It's up in the air, gloved down by Lynn. Near point now for Scott. Wrist shot, blocked by Cilia. Scott plays far point, Micro Giannakis, it stays alive, and he flips it back into the near side corner. Lynn near top circle, plays back of the goal. Selivanov cut it off, looked to hand off for Selleck, who now pins Smart at the back of the Penticton goal. McIntyre in there, making it a 3-on-2 outnumber for Penticton. Cilia up the boards, now Luke Lowheight. Lowheight far side looking to find center. He's able to do so, and he'll send it in. Rings back in behind the Cowichan goal. Bowes sidesteps the check. Lowheight trying to chip it in front, now spins back. Lowheight goes behind the back. It's back to the near point for Miller. Miller able to walk into the middle, lets a wrist shot go. It hits something in front. Bose trying to one-time it. Sharp angle shot was blocked, and it goes up and into the netting and out of play. Miller with some room at top there. He walks into the middle, curls and drags to try and let a shot go. And it's blocked in front, but then Low Height had a chance at it at the near side. It finally bounced to Bose, and he couldn't one-time it. Taking a look at David Cilia on the Penticton bench. He's at the end of the bench on the defense side with the trainer Dan McDowell, and he's getting worked on. Near side, Sillinger plays back to the point for Snell, who walks into the middle, didn't bring it out, kept it on side. Walks down the far side, tried to step in behind the goal. He's knocked off the puck by Millette. Up the near side boards for Luke Wilson, tried to flip through the middle, cut off by Gontus. Gontus knocked off his skates by Melaragny, but from his backside he swings it in down low. Sillinger in the corner, quick force in front, and Rizzo's denied by Diamond. Far side grist to the near side, it's out of the reach of Wilson, sending Snell back into the Penticton zone. Up the far side, Millette's able to knock it down. It's shoveled towards the line, now Gontus on the handoff. Sillinger trying to get wide on Grist, who tied him up, and he goes down, and there's a penalty coming up against Cowichan. Gontus around the back of the goal, forces it in front, it's touched up by Millette, and Penticton will go to the power play, a holding call against Boo Grist. It looks like both guys kind of had a grab of each other, which is what Grist is trying to say. And now Penticton here early in the second period will get their first chance at a man advantage. It was a turnover at the Penticton line, and Cowichan got caught a little bit flat-footed, and Sillinger was just about able to get wide on Grist, and he was forced to wrap him up. Far side draw in the Cowichan zone. Capitals win it. Diamond plays to the side. Scott tries to slap it out. It hits a stanchion and then the referee and stays in the zone. Back of the goal now, Mike Giannakis knocked his own net off. Diamond trying to put it back on. It comes back to the point for Miller. Play is going to continue. Diamond's trying to tell him that the net's off. Play is still going on. Far side point, Rizzo. Down low, Sandelin in front. Cilia put it off the side of the goal as Diamond, when he kicked off on that far post, knocked it off its moorings, and the official is talking to Diamond. Diamond tapped that far post 5 or 6 times trying to show that the net was off its moorings, and the official would just not blow the whistle, and David Cilia had a chance there. Draw to the far side of the Cowichan zone. 22 seconds gone off this penalty against Boo Grist for holding. Draws one back to the far point for Miller after it was touched back there. Miller curls, drags, trying to find a lane. Now all the way to the near point, into the middle for Cilia. Good to see him back on the ice for Penticton. Now a long-range shot, bounced over top of the goal. Miller looking to keep it in at the point. He's able to do so. Near half wall, Sillinger. Tied up by Micro Giannakis. Far side half wall for Rizzo. Rizzo in the middle. Sillinger one-timer, and he towed it off the end of his stick and sent it wide. Cilia steps in, opens up, curls and drags. It's blocked, and Cote will fire it all the way down. LaFontaine will quickly fire it up the far side for Massimo Rizzo, who curls back into his own zone. Gets away from Selleck, now turns on the Jets. Trying to get wide, Melaragny sticking right with him. Stripped him at the back of the goal. He's then tied up by Gontus. Traps it against the boards. Linnell digs it free. Near point for Bose. Far point for Snell. 45 to go in the power play. Bose near point. Now handoff for Snell. Sent it towards the near side, and it's out. Good pressure there from Selleck. Snell and Bose were skating right directly towards each other, and Snell just ripped a pass from about 3 feet away towards Bose, and it bounced out to neutral ice. Near side draw in neutral ice just in front of the Penticton bench. 42 seconds remain in this Vees power play. Gontus wins the draw. Miller slides to the near side for Bose, who tried to send it in. He fanned on it. And Hora going back for it to the back of his goal. Rings to the far side for Gauthier. He's tied up. Linnell now has it for Penticton. Far half wall for Miller. Walks towards the point, now back to Linnell. Linnell into the corner for Gontus. Near side looking for Bose. It was off a skate and out to center. Mason Snell drops it off for James Miller in the Vees zone. 15 seconds remain in the Grist holding minor. Bose far side tried to sidestep Gauthier, who got a piece of him. Now Vees over the Cowichan line. Snell far side looks to steer it in front. It was broken up by Hora. And then Melaragny bats towards the far side. Gauthier will backhand it out to center for Grist. Grist into the middle looking for Brodziak. Capitals stay on side, and the pass was just behind Melaragny. Grist just wanted to get it into the middle and get off the ice, and the pass was just behind Brodziak. Stretch far side for Bose. He's got low height going to the goal. Then Hora wrestles him off the puck, throws him down to the ice. Low height, far side, top circle now reverses. Walks down low, far point for Smart. Near point, McIntyre. Wrist shot tipped and stopped by Diamond. Rebounds loose in front. He makes another save. Bose near corner. Back to the point, McIntyre. Far side point for Smart. Wrist shot into the glove of Diamond. No rebound. Back to even strength. 5:06 gone, second period. 3 shots on that power play for Penticton. These have Harrogate, Barnes, and Low Height. You'll see their lines juggled all night long because right now what they have is 11 forwards and 7 defensemen dressed according to their lineup, but Kelvin Hare does not play. He just sits on the bench, and so Carson Cosma plays defense, so it's actually 11 forwards and 6 defensemen. Near side, Microgiannakis towards Wilson, who looked to clear. Smart kept it alive. Sent it into the middle, Tabor. Now through the middle, Preston Brodziak with some room to skate. Near side, Wilson. Curls and drags, couldn't get a shot away, so he sends it in deep. Now Millette near corner, looks to cycle, cut off by Evan McIntyre. McIntyre near side, cuts back towards the middle, away from Wilson. Now puts the pass behind Low Height, but he stops up and brings it into the Capitals' end. Takes a check from Tabor as he flips it in back of the goal. Microgiannakis to the far side for Millette, who batted it out of the air, but Celia kept it alive. Now Millette will poke it towards the line. Harrogate able to keep it alive. Millette another chop at it. It pops up into the air and out to center. Celia bats it forward. Now Millette runs over Celia at the far side, but Harrogate will skate it in. Harrogate drops it for Celia. Wrist shot, fought off by Diamond. Rebound, and Microgiannakis tied up Celia at the far side. Now Microgiannakis wrists it towards the near side for Wilson, who will send it in, and then takes a check from Harrogate as he's changing. These will quickly regroup. Capitals might get caught. Here's Sandelin to the net. Wrist shot, blocked away by Diamond. Smart on the rebound, another save from Pierce Diamond. Malaragny far side will stretch it out to center. Gauthier could be a 2-on-1. Here's Cousins near side stepping in. His shot is sticked away by LaFontaine. Rebound far side, Cote. Back of the goal for Cousins. Looks to reverse in center. Kozabud picked it off. Ring off the glass out to far side for Ryan Sandelin. Sandelin far side will send it in. He was the regular season goals leader for Penticton with 31. Long range shot from Kozabud knocked wide of the goal. Rizzo back in the net for Sandelin, cut off by Cote. His pass to the near side just in front of the Penticton bench. He's just about had too many, but I don't think they touched it. Kozabud takes a check from Gauthier. Grist will fire it back in. Near corner, Muzica going after it, ties up with Cruz Cote. Cowichan changing. Gontus through the middle, it was out of the reach of Rizzo. Grist will spin back into his own zone. Muzica lost his helmet, so he has to go off for a change, and it's offside against Cowichan with 12:51 to go in the second. Penticton had 8 shots in the first period, and they've started this second period the same way to the start of the first, which was well. 7 shots in the first 7:09 here of the second, including 3 on a power play. Cowichan has fired 3 towards the net themselves. 15-9 for the game total. Capitals win the neutral zone draw. Near side, Scott has the puck trapped in his skates. Gantus trying to work it away from him. Now Selivanov near side spins off a check. Plays far side, Microgiannakis. Back to the near side for Selleck, but the puck went right under his stick. Now Miller, near side, skating towards the middle, will backpedal into his own zone. Far side for Mason Snell. Snell will find center. Now he'll find the Cowichan line. Trying to get wide on his backhand. His shot steered wide on the redirection from Scott. Then chipped in front. Couple of whacks. Diamond stopped it. And that's fired out to center. Lynn trying to get wide on Miller, but Miller with the reach around tapped it back out to center. Gontus takes a check from Selivanov. Steps into the Cowichan zone. Then takes a bump from Scott as it's fired through the middle. Snell at center. Forward for Cilia, who has to wait up as Rizzo was trapped inside the Cowichan end. Now David Cilia through the middle for Sandelin. It bounced past him. Microgiannakis for Scott. Fired towards the far side. Icing's waved off. Snell didn't even try to make a play on it. LaFontaine knocks it down to the back of the Penticton goal. Cowichan sneaks in a change. Far side Rizzo into the Capitals zone. Rizzo centers, tipped towards the goal and kicked away by Diamond. Dan McIntyre for the Capitals. Feathers towards the far side. It was batted out of the air by Rizzo. Now Millette will tip it into the Penticton zone. Back of the goal, McIntyre lays a check on the other McIntyre, now digs it free. Near side corner, Preston Brodziak. Brodziak will cycle, now Dan McIntyre in the near corner. Bodied by David Cilia, steers it in front. Brodziak a shot, towed away by LaFontaine. Evan McIntyre up the boards, feathered in front, stuck in skates. LaFontaine unable to find it. Now a couple of jabs from Hora, and that'll draw a crowd as Ryan Sandelin went after him. Not sure if LaFontaine had it covered or not, but they will draw to the far side of the Penticton zone. Just some simple play there. Dan McIntyre a heavy check on Evan McIntyre, which forces a turnover. And then Cowichan forcing pucks to net. Almost halfway through this second period, 11-12 to go in it. Cowichan with a 1-0 lead. David Melaragny, a late first period power play goal. Selleck will take the draw far side in the Vees zone against Bose. And Cowichan wins it. Selivanov into the middle, back to the point for Hora. Hora's long shot was knocked down by Bose, who turns it up the ice on the far side. He'll lift it towards center, looking for Harrogate. It bounces for Lowhite. Lowhite far side, trying to step around Melaragny. Broken up by Diamond, who covered it, with Bose driving hard to the goal. Lowhite just sort of one-handed it towards the net and hoped that Bose would get there first, and he just about did, but Diamond able to cover it up. 10:57 remains second period in Game 6 of the Interior Division quarterfinals. Cowichan leading the series 3-2 in the game 1-0. Far side face-off in the Capitals zone. It's Dan McIntyre with Preston Brodziak and Vincent Millette for the Capitals. Draws one by Bose, but Millette is able to outwork Lowhite and he takes over. Millette will fire it in. Brodziak will forecheck. LaFontaine out of the goal, rings it to the near side. Cut off by McIntyre, but he fanned on his feet into the middle. Now Lowhite back of the goal for Smart. Smart will fire it through the middle. It was out of the reach of everybody, but Bose is going to get to it first. Diamond comes out of the goal to play it, sends it up the near boards. McIntyre will flip it out to center. Here comes Brodziak, trying to get wide on Musica. Looks to stick it down low for Millette. Long range shot over top of the goal. Melaragny looking to keep it in. Spins off of Lowhite, sends it in down low, then takes a check from Bose, but Lowhite got the worst of it. Feathered into the middle, broken up by McIntyre, who sends it back in. Capitals will tag and change. And now we get a whistle as it was knocked down with a high stick, with 10:14 to go in the second by Penticton, bringing the draw into the Vees zone far side. A fast-paced second period. Lots of chances either way. It's Cote, Cousins, and Gauthier for Cowichan. Rizzo takes the draw for Penticton and he wins it. Collected by Kozabud, who uses the glass to fire it out to center. Scott back forward for Cote, who takes a check from both sides in Barnes and Rizzo. Trying to send it in. Cote still got it in his skates. Now Rizzo looking to stick it out. Gauthier sent it in. Kozabud to the near side for Peter Musica. Musica forward for Rizzo, who will tip it in. Near side corner, it's Doug Scott. Fights off the check from Barnes, who then pins him to the near boards. Vees force a turnover. Shepard near corner. Gets away from Scott, walks up the near boards towards the point, now sends it down low. Rizzo knocks it down in the far corner. Trying to get away from Cote. Gauthier brought the double team and forced it out, and then Rizzo went hard into the boards on the far side, trying to make a check on Gauthier, and that looked like he kind of blew a tire. Back of the goal, it's Doug Scott for Cowichan. 9:25 remains in the second. Far side, Mike Giannakis return feed Scott up the near wing for Cruz Cote. Cote will skate it into the Penticton zone, try to protect it and takes it all the way to the middle, and then it bounces off the skates of Musica as there's a couple cross checks from either side at the back of the Penticton goal, but that'll bring us to the in-arena timeout here in the second. 1-0 Cowichan, 9:13 to go in the second. You're listening to Discovery Honda Cowichan Capitals Hockey on 89.7 Juice FM. Cousins steers towards the goal. It's stopped by LaFontaine. Melaragny now sends it in down low. Good chance there for Colton Cousins right off the face-off as we were returning from break. Here's James Miller for Penticton gaining speed. Far side finds center and sends it in. It's into the glove of Diamond, who will hold on to it with Linnell forechecking towards the net. It was Melaragny down the near side boards in the Penticton zone who centered, and Cousins fired it off LaFontaine, then it hit a Vees defender and bounced up into the air. But it stayed out on the far side, and it remains a 1-0 score. It's Selivanov with Selleck and Lynn as they draw to the far side of the Cowichan zone. Sillinger lined up in that one-timer position. Rizzo goes forward and chips it towards that. He's stopped by Diamond, but there is a penalty coming up right off the draw as Rizzo went forward through the legs of Selleck. And Selleck was forced to hook him up from behind, and the Vees will go back to the power play for the second time here in the period. That's definitely a little bit of a trick play for Penticton. Line the guy up in the one-timer position, make everybody think you're trying to win it back there, and then pitch it forward. And Selleck got caught flat-footed as Rizzo poked it by him, and now Cowichan will go short-handed. They win the draw once again. Miller far point into the middle. Far top circle for Massimo Rizzo. Rizzo back to the near side for Cilia. Was broken up. Micro Giannakis will skate into it and wheel it up the near side. Now one-handed poke it into the Penticton zone. Brodziak forechecking on Miller. Drop pass now for Sillinger. Now Sillinger far side cutting back towards the middle. Will leave it for James Miller. He'll skate towards the near side. Drops it off for Sandelin. Far side for Sillinger into the Cowichan zone. Stops up far side bottom circle. Back to the far point for Miller. Opens up, fires, and he whistled it over top of the goal. David Cilia near point, walks into the near corner. Sillinger in front, backdoor for Rizzo, and it was tipped wide. Rizzo now far top circle, walks down the wall. Back of the goal, Sandelin tried to steer it in front. Diamond broke it up. Micro Giannakis fires it up the far boards. Brodziak a chance to clear. He fanned on it on the backhand. Had more time than he thought, but couldn't clear. Micro Giannakis will now lock it against the corner boards. Just about dug free. Micro Giannakis pulled down. Now Rizzo walks in the middle, drops it back to return feed for Rizzo, and he got tied up by Gauthier. Near top circle for Cilia. Cilia walks down low into the corner. Watched by Doug Scott. 45 to go in the power play. Near point Miller. Now Cilia towards the far side. Broken up by Brodziak and tipped out to center. Cowichan will change one forward, but Cilia will quickly push into the middle. Wrist shot over top of the goal. He gets his own rebound to the back of the net. Far side, Rizzo trying to take it to the goal. Flips it in front. Sandelin jams, and there's a whistle with the puck loose in the slot. And Cowichan will get to complete that change. Sandelin was down along with Doug Scott near the Cowichan goal, and the official thought Diamond had it covered with Cilia holding it in the slot. Draw will come to the far side of the Cowichan zone. 31 seconds to go in the penalty against Paul Selleck. Bose, Gontus, Linnell, McIntyre, Snell is the unit for Penticton here on the power play. Draws one by Cowichan, but it's kept alive by Snell midpoint. Far point, McIntyre. Slap pass for Bose, and he couldn't handle it on the backhand. Near side Snell, return feed Bose, quick trigger for McIntyre. Slap shot, and he sent it wide, and Bose couldn't keep it alive as it drifts down the ice. Snell back behind his own net. 5 seconds to go in this Penticton power play. 7 minutes to go here in the second. Bose will find center, far side, he flips it in. We're back to even strength. Wrist tied up from behind by Bose. Now Selleck into the middle for Cote. Cote looking to play it out. Linnell kept alive. Now McIntyre wrist shot blocked by Melaragny. Wrist far side, looking to clear, fanned on it. Kept alive by Gontus. Toe drag down into the far corner, then centers. It was broken up by Cote. Cote double team, Vees force another turnover. Gontus far corner, tried to take it all the way to the goal, looks to stuff. It's loose at the side and underneath somebody. Now Selleck and Bose are jousting. Back of the goal, Smart forces it in front. It bounces to the near point. McIntyre keeps it alive. Evan McIntyre, a long wrist shot well wide of the goal. Far side for Smart. Steers it towards the back of the net. Grist with a chance to clear. He'll fire it all the way down the ice. And this is not going to have enough for icing. Cowichan squeezes in a bit of a change. Quick stretch forward for Smart. Tied up by Tabor. Lynn forces out to center. Low height will dump in. Back of the goal, Boo Grist for Cowichan. To the near corner for Peter Tabor. Tabor to the far side for Selleck. Has to settle down the bouncing puck. Fights off a check from Harrogate. He's tripped up. Grist will retreat back in behind his own net. Now in front for Tabor. Tabor near side corner. Reverses back of the goal for Grist. Diamond on the bench. 6-on-5 for Cowichan. Grist back of the goal tied up by Shepard. And Cowichan will go to the power play with 5:26 to go in the second. A tripping penalty against Brendan Harrogate when Cowichan was scrambling with tired guys on the ice. Will send them to their second power play of the game. Draw will come to the near side of the Penticton zone. 5:26 remains in the second. It's Cote, Millette, Brodziak, Microgiannakis, and Gauthier. Cote wins the draw. Near point, Microgiannakis. Half wall for Millette. The linesman got in the way and he missed the pass. Snell rings it around. Gauthier keeps it in. Flip towards the goal. Blocked by Miller. Fed through the middle now for Ryan Sandelin, who attacks 1-on-2. He's tied up by Microgiannakis, and there's a penalty coming up against Cowichan. And we'll play 4-on-4 for 1:44. It all started when Cowichan won the draw, tried to look down to the near half wall, and the linesman scrambling, trying to get out of the circle. Backed right in front of Vincent Millette, and the puck went by him, and that started the clear. So we'll play 4-on-4 for 1:44, and then it'll be a brief 16-second power play for Penticton, but Cowichan taken off the man advantage early in this power play. Capitals win the draw. Hora at the back of the Capitals net.
Penticton Vees penalty number 19, Brendan Harrogate.
Here's Melaragny. Far side now for Selleck into the Penticton zone. Wrist shot, and he put it off the helmet of LaFontaine and out of play with 4:55 to go in the second. High, hard shot there from Selleck, and he forced LaFontaine to make a save up high. Game 6 of the Interior Division quarterfinals. Cowichan leading the game 1-0, leading the series 3-2. I'm Justice Doucette. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Discovery Honda Cowichan Capitals Hockey on 89.7 Juice FM. Far side, Lucas Sillinger drops it off for Mason Snell. Cowichan had a jam play chance at the side of the goal there, but a Selivanov turnover was forced towards the side of the net, and LaFontaine kept it out. Rizzo trying to cut towards the middle, fought off by Hora. Now Hora collects the loose puck in the back of his own net. Up the far boards for Olivier Gauthier. Gauthier checked by Sillinger. He works it out to center. Now Melaragny chips it past Miller, trying to cut him off. He's able to do so. Here's Melaragny, stops up far corner. Back to the far point for Hora. Slap pass, fed it into the middle. He fanned on it. Melaragny looks down low now for Lynn. Cut off by Miller. Here come the Vees 2-on-2. Miller far side for Rizzo. Rizzo poke check by Hora, and it hops over the stick of Miller. Here comes Gauthier far side. Gauthier to Lynn, back to the backhand, and he's denied by LaFontaine. Lynn had to fight off a stick and just forced it towards the goal, and then Gauthier tried to send it in deep, and it hit Lynn up high, and then Linnell was jabbing at Lynn while he was down on the ice. Lynn may have taken that shot from Gauthier up high, and then fell down on top of the puck. 26 seconds to go in this 4-on-4 action. Then it will be a 16-second power play for Penticton with 3:51 to go in the second. Draw just in front of the Cowichan bench. It's Selleck and Selivanov with Scott and Grist. Silya with Sandelin, Smart, and McIntyre. These win the draw. McIntyre retreats back into his own zone. Near side for Smart, up the wall for Ryan Sandelin. Sandelin finds center to the far side for Evan McIntyre. Chips it towards the goal. It's sticked away by Diamond, then bounces off his pad back towards Sandelin, who chipped it towards the net. Sandelin back towards the point, partially broken up, now gets to Smart. Far side for Sandelin. Wrist shot blocked by Grist. Smart keeps it in far point. Vees on the power play for 15 seconds. Silya with room, walks towards the far side. Still with it is Silya. Around the back of the goal, reverses near side McIntyre. In front, back door, stopped by Diamond and covered. He looked behind him, but he had it underneath him. Now pushing and shoving between Grist and Sandelin in the far corner. And Sandelin getting a talking to from the official. 6 seconds remain in the penalty against Micro Giannakis. 3:14 to go, second period. Shots are 18 to 12 in favor of Penticton. 10 shots in the period for the Vees, 6 for Cowichan after they were 8-6 Vees in the opening frame. Far side draw in the Cowichan zone. Late second period, Rizzo wins the draw. Sillinger back to the far point for Snell. Snell holds, now moves it to Sillinger. Sillinger down low for Gantus, trying to stuff it. Loose to the side, put off the post. Near side, it's collected, can't clear. Brodziak near half wall, fights off a check from Rizzo. Micro Giannakis will backhand it down the ice, and then Micro Giannakis shoved down Gantus in front of the Penticton bench. Good chance there at the side of the goal. Now Gantus can't handle the bouncing puck. Malaragny forward for Wilson. Wilson hard on the backhand far side. Snell kicks it back towards the Cowichan line. Here's Rizzo. Into the middle for Sillinger. Broken up by Malaragny. Millette swings it for Malaragny. Now near side over the line. Malaragny, long shot, fought off by LaFontaine. Millette took a pretty good slash at the back of the goal, but play will continue. Wilson from a sharp angle. He wristed it just wide. Now Scott, far point, Micro Giannakis, wrist shot wide. Bank shot in front from Millette was stopped by LaFontaine. Far side Gantus will lift it to center. Touched by Sillinger, but it was with a high stick, so he had to let Cowichan touch it. Now Scott will find center and send it in. First onto it is Luke Wilson. Wilson will send it in back of the goal. First onto it now Mason Snell for Penticton. Up the boards, knocked down by Cote. 2 minutes to go in the second. Cote digs it free. Gauthier there as well. Snell moves it up the wall for Gantus. Far side for Rizzo. Gassed at the end of his shift finds Sillinger. And now the Vees will be able to make a line change as Gauthier finishes a hard check on Sillinger. Near side, Doug Scott. Quickly up the wall for Cousins, who tips it into the Penticton zone onto the stick of Jonathan Smart. Smart through the middle for Harrogate. It hopped over his stick, then he stripped it. Here come the Vees 3-on-1. Low height, wrist shot, over top of the goal. And then it hit the netting on the far side. And so a whistle will come on the near side. Maybe Diamond got a piece of it, but a bouncing puck eluded the pinching defenseman Doug Scott. And it was a 3-on-1 chance. Low height elected to shoot, and he put it, they're going to say, off either a dime, it must have been Diamond, because I don't believe Micro Giannakis got a stick on it. 90 seconds to go, second period. Draw to the near side of the Capitals zone. Selleck wins the draw. Low height. Now touches it back to the point. McIntyre's long shot tipped wide by Malaragny. Malaragny far corner, plays it towards the near side. First onto it is Selivanov, who can't get it out. Far side, Hora. Now Bose in the near side corner, trying to take it all the way. The goal got tied up, puck's loose, and Malaragny chips it into the corner. Harrogate to the near side top circle for Low height. His shot went wide off the glove of Diamond. Bose back of the goal, forces it towards the net. Harrogate near side, steers it in front. Puck's loose to the side. Selivanov chipped it away. Low height near point McIntyre. Far point for Smart. Back to McIntyre near side. Long wrist shot stop. Rebound at the side, and Lynn chopped it away from Smart. Now Lynn far side lifts it to center for Selivanov. Here's a 2-on-1. Selleck to the goal. Stopped by LaFontaine, and it's out of play. What a chance for Selleck on an area feed from Selivanov, but a blocker save from Jack LaFontaine, and a massive one of that keeps it 1-0.
Go, Caps, go!
42.3 seconds to go in the second. Chances at both ends off the rush. And now an offensive zone draw for Cowichan. Cote, Cousins, and Gauthier. Celia wins the draw back into the near corner. Cousins high sticks Miller, and the Vees are going to go back to the power play. Miller stretch feed through the middle, past Sandelin. Micro Giannakis going back. He gets hooked up from behind, and play's going to continue. Sandelin to the goal, chips it in front, and it was broken up. The exact same call at one end gets let go at the other. Unbelievable. And now Penticton is going to the power play. Micro Giannakis was first to that puck, but he got pulled down from behind by Sandelin. And the Vees will go to their fourth power play of the game. .8 seconds to go in the second. Penticton will start Celia, Sandelin, Sillinger with Miller and Rizzo. Cote, Brodziak, Micro Giannakis, Malaragny. Draws one by Cilia. Midpoint Rizzo. Near point Miller. One-timer tipped wide by Micro Giannakis. Cote locks it against the wall. Takes a check from Sandelin. Now Sandelin sends it back to the point, but nobody's home. Miller in his own end. 9 seconds to go in the second. He'll turn it up with speed. Gets wide into the Cowichan zone. 4 seconds to go. Long shots kicked away by Diamond. He rebounded the half wall. Cilia fires it wide. And Cowichan will take a 1-0 lead to the third period. No goals in that middle frame. David Melaragny's first period power play goal still standing. But Penticton will start the third period with a power play. Welcome back inside the Island Savings Center for the third period. Cowichan leading Penticton by a 1-0 score in a 3-2 lead in the series. The Vees will start the third period on the power play. Colton Cousins in the box for another minute and 38 seconds for a high-sticking penalty he picked up late in that second period. Vees fired 14 shots on goal in the second period. Cowichan has 14 in the game. It's a 22-14 count right now. Bristol fired into the Vees zone right off the draw. Miller will pick it up. James Miller, the BCHL's top defenseman in the regular season. He won that award. Will drop it off for Lucas Sillinger. Sillinger, far side for Sandelin, into the Cowichan zone. Back in front for Sillinger, and he tipped it off the side of the goal. Near side, Massimo Rizzo at the half wall. Down low, back of the net for Ryan Sandelin. Sandelin walks towards the near side. Now near point for Miller. Far point for Cilia. Curls and drags, blocked by Selleck. Miller a chance, his slap shot hammered wide of the goal. Cilia a chance, he fired it wide, and then got dumped by Selleck. Back to the near point for Miller. Into the middle for Sillinger. Looks down low. Rizzo near corner. 55 to go in the power play. Far half wall Cilia. Now Sillinger at the far point. Walks towards the middle. Just about lost his footing. Rizzo wrist shot blocked by Grist. Rizzo gets it back. Chips it in front. It was broken up by Melaragny. Sandelin near side half wall. Taking sticks from Melaragny. Down low Rizzo. Walks into the corner. Centers and it bounced past everybody. And all the way down. LaFontaine stops it in the far corner. 25 seconds to go in this Penticton power play. Mason Snell out of his own zone, drops it for Bose, far side Guntu, steps around Brodziak, into the Cowichan zone, far side Linnell, near side for Snell. Snell backpedaling, chips it into the corner for Gontus. Gontus, far side for Bose, midpoint McIntyre, back to Bose, one-timer, and he pumped it wide of the goal. Snell keeps it alive near point, sends it up in the air, Micro Giannakis gloves it down, chops it up the boards, Brodziak in his own zone, far side for Scott, back towards the near side, he turned it over. Gontus near side into the Cowichan zone, stepped into a shot, he lasered it over top of the goal. Scott pitches it up the near side boards, it'll work its way out to center for Smart. Far side for McIntyre, Cowichan trying to squeeze in a change. McIntyre drives wide, back for Bose, checked by Cousins, who's back on the ice, back to 5-on-5. Linnell long shot, it knuckles into the glove of Diamond. He'll stop play with 2:04 gone in the third. One shot on goal on that power play, or rather no shots on goal on that power play for Penticton. They just get that last one on the drive from Linnell after it was back to even strength. Harrogate takes the face-off against Selleck, far side in the Cowichan zone. Selleck wins it to Hora, who walks in behind the Capitals net. Far side Melaragny, who spins off the check from Luke Lowhite. He'll retreat back in behind his own net. Now Hora in the near side corner. Spencer Hora will be given center, so he'll take it and then flip it in. Far side, Smart chops it up the wall. Low height, unable to clear. Melaragny forces back towards the goal, and it just bounced wide of the net. Now Lynn near side half wall, bodied by Barnes. They pin on the near side, outnumbered 2-on-3 by Penticton, but Cowichan comes away with it. Hora slap shot, and it rises up and over top of the goal. Far point Melaragny flips it in behind the net, near side corner for Selleck. Couldn't stop the ring around. Here comes Jack Barnes. He'll find center and send it in. Harrogate will pursue. Back of the goal is Brendan Harrogate. Far side corner wrapped up by Melaragny. Now far side Kozabud. Tried to play it into the middle, but it rolled off his stick out to center. Muzica will fire it back in. Rings around towards the far side. Melaragny pressured by Sandelin. One hands it forward for Cousins into the skates of Cote, who pokes it to the Penticton line. Kozabud through the middle, Cilia near side, Muzica. Forward for Sandelin, who tried to tip it in. It was broken up by Hora, but then Sandelin lifted his stick from behind. Far side Linnell will wheel it into the Cowichan zone. Being bodied by Cousins, and Linnell flipped it wide of the net. Near point Muzica, his shot was blocked by Cote. forward now for Cousins. Cousins will go for a skate into the Penticton zone. Near side tipped in front by Goche and just wide of the net. Goche sends it down low. Cousins is tripped up by Musica. Play will continue. Near side Sandelin. Cote may have gotten away with some interference just moments earlier off that rush, so they'll let him play. Far side Scott will rip it into the near side corner. John Toos going after it, followed by Preston Brodziak. Brodziak trying to wrap him up from behind. Stripped him as it bounces out to center. Scott to the near side for Mike Giannakis. 4 minutes gone here in the third. Mike Giannakis finds the line, looks to chip it in. Millette got a stick on it, but it was offside as jumping through the middle was Brodziak. 15:53 to go in the third. Melaragny's first period power play goal, our lone marker. Selleck faces off against Rizzo just in front of the Penticton bench. Draws one by Cowichan. Melaragny far side will lift it into the near side corner. Now Mason Snell onto it, far side for Miller. His pass was broken up by Selivanov. Now Selivanov sends it down low for Lynn in the corner. Looks to drop it back up the wall, cut off by Rizzo. Unable to clear his cylinder. Long-range shot was into the catching glove of LaFontaine. It was about head height, but he went down and had to reach high above his body to make the save. Another draw to the far side of the Penticton zone. The Vees will make a change, so Cowichan will answer. Gauthier, Cote, and Cousins to match up with Shepard, Sandelin, and Cilia. Cote takes the draw far side of the Vees end of the ice. And he wins it. Gauthier tied up in the slot, however. Now tried to poke it forward, but it was broken up by Shepard. Cousins was dumped on his way to the goal. Shepard far side plays it in, takes a check from Melaragny. Sandelin bodies grist in the back of the goal. Cote rings it around near side for Olivier Gauthier. Far side for Cousins. Melaragny goes to the goal. There's the pass. He chips it towards the goal. Stopped by LaFontaine. Back to the point. Cote long drive into the midsection of LaFontaine, who hangs on. Nice little area pass from the far side. Melaragny going through the middle. Able to kind of one-time that puck as it caught up to him, and LaFontaine made the save. And then a long point drive from Cote forces the whistle. It's Brodziak, Millette, and McIntyre for Cowichan. Harrogate, Lohate, and Bose. Draw one by Penticton. Brodziak wrapped up by Smart in that far corner. It's played back in the goal for Evan McIntyre. He'll go through the middle for Luke Lohite. Lohite over the Cowichan line. Near side will button hook top circle. Now forces towards the goal and sent it wide. Far side Smart keeps it in. Bose top circle. Tried to hand it back to the point. It was broken up by Brodziak, who dove to poke it out to center. Smart will dump it back in. Mike Giannakis first onto it in the near side corner. Plays to his partner in Scott. Ring around. Brodziak will tip it out to neutral ice, sending Evan McIntyre over to it. Scott chips it back out to center. Now Brodziak steps around, one check. Looks to drop it for Millette near side top circle. He'll spin and fire. Loose to the side. McIntyre tied up and taken down by Lohite. A good battle in front as Dan McIntyre was looking for that rebound off the long shot. Smart steps into the Cowichan zone and flips one on goal from a sharp angle, and it's swallowed up by Diamond, who hangs on. 14:11 to go in the third. Both these teams, not much left in the tank, but they're going to be giving it all here. Penticton with their season on the line. Cowichan trying not to let this one go back to Penticton for a game 7. Rizzo against Selleck on the draw near side. Selleck ties up Rizzo and wins it. Melaragny skates through the middle. Now Lynn trying to control the bouncing puck. It hopped off his stick, but he's able to trace it down and send it in. LaFontaine stops it at the back of the Penticton goal. His ring around hit off the stick of Selleck and bounced right to Mason Snell. Snell near side will find center and flips it into the far end. Diamond came out to play it, and then it fired it off the stick of Melaragny, and it bounced to Selivanov, who lost it, chipped in front, loose puck on the side, and Diamond able to find it, as boxing out in front was Melaragny and Hora. Diamond came out to the far side of his goal to stop it. Melaragny was going on to it, but he was being forechecked from behind. I believe it was by Sillinger. And Diamond fired it off one of their skates and it bounced just wide of the goal. He was still in the net, so could have made a play on trying to block it. He was coming back to the net, but it just went wide. And then Selivanov was there to pick it up. McIntyre faces off against Rizzo, near side of the Cowichan zone. And McIntyre with a big face-off win. Melaragny behind his own net to the far side for Brodziak. Stops up, now cuts back towards his own end. Will drive wide and then slips it back to Hora in the near side corner of the Cowichan zone. Far side now for Melaragny. Return feed for Hora. Now back to the far side for Melaragny. Stepped around Gontus, near side. It's tipped in by McIntyre. Now Sillinger will poke it back for Snell. Far side for Miller. Quick ring around on the backhand for Massimo Rizzo. Rizzo over the Cowichan line. Far side, Gontus skates into it along the half wall. Steers it in front and Diamond sticked it away. Near point, Muzica keeps it alive. Microgiannakis lifts it in the air out to center for Carson Kozabad. He'll quickly turn. It's tipped in by Gontus. The Vees thought about changing. Now Sillinger will forecheck as the rest of his line mates go for a change. Now Sillinger peels away. Linnell will forecheck. Scott, far side out of his own zone. Near side, Microgiannakis uses the boards to get it to center. Glove down by Sandelin, who then shipped it back into the middle to negate the hand pass. Kozabad lost it to Cousins, who plays back to Microgiannakis near side. Dimitri Microgiannakis will find center and send it in as he takes a check from Linnell. 12:30 to go in the third. Far side, Cote, quick steer towards the goal, fought off by LaFontaine. Cousins back to Cote, far half wall. Drops it off at the point for Melaragny. With room, shot blocked by Kozabad. Now Sandelin cuts back towards the middle, near side feed for Linnell. Poke check by Hora. Now sends it in off the skates of Cote. Melaragny up the far wall. Cousins couldn't handle it. Kozabad tried to fire it in, but he fanned on it. Now Olivier Gauthier takes over for the Capitals. Up the far wall for Cousins. On the backhand, he'll flip it in and go off for a change. LaFontaine leaves behind the net for Muzica. Now up the far wall for Luke Lohite. Lohite tries the double reverse. He got stripped and Selivanov will chop it back into the Penticton zone. Muzica back in the net to the near side for Kozabad. Quickly through the middle for David Cilia. Now Bose with speed trying to get wide near side. Poke check by Hora. Good stick there from Hora and then he knocked Bose off the puck. Far side, Smart steps in from the point into the corner. He takes a check from Hora. From his knees looking to center. Hora back up and all over him again. Now Harrogate tied up. One-handed towards the point. Harrogate gets it back. Flips it down low. It hits off a couple of bodies. Selivanov couldn't clear. Bose knocked it down. Now it's trapped in the equipment of Selivanov. Bose digs it free. Bodied by Melaragny, who fires it into the near corner. First onto it is Harrogate. Down low for Lohite. Sharp angle shot is shouldered away by Diamond. That was a quick release from Lohite, and he got a lot on it in a good spot. Near side, Lynn with a chance looking to flip it out through the middle. He hands it off instead for Selleck. Selleck will go for a skate into the Penticton zone. Long range shot. He fanned on it and takes it into the corner now. Snell up the far wall for Harrogate. High in the air out to the middle ice area. Evan McIntyre skates into it for Penticton. He fired a shot. It was blocked by Microgiannakis. Far corner, it's Bose. He's stapled by Scott. Now chipped towards the near side. Millette battling with Gontus. Rizzo forces it in front. It was broken up by Microgiannakis, who traps it against the near side corner boards. Now kicks it free to himself. Microgiannakis on the backhand. What a keep by Miller. Batted it out of midair, but then he's stripped from behind by Dan McIntyre. Here come the Capitals 3-on-2. Millette, McIntyre, fires, What a stick at one end and the finish on the other. Dan McIntyre. It is 2-0 Cowichan. What a stick on James Miller trying to cut towards the middle. The fourth line center that plays all the time because he's good in his own zone. And he finishes on the 3-on-2. And Cowichan has a 2-0 lead on McIntyre's first of the playoffs. He just snuck it under the arm of LaFontaine, who got a piece, but not enough. And the Vees ice the puck off the draw with 10:03 to go.
Icing from Marlin Motors, where you can catch a great deal just off the highway by the Farm Market, South Duncan.
Draw will come to the far side of the Penticton zone. 10:03 remains in the third. Cote against Cilia. Dan McIntyre has just scored his first in the playoffs to make it 2-0 Capitals. Here's the goal.
Scorer number 22, Dan McIntyre. And number 4, Dimitri Microgianakis. Highland goals at 9:50. That's McIntyre from the left and Microgianakis at 9:50.
There's your scoring play. McIntyre, his first in the playoffs from Millette and Microgianakis at 9:50. Shepard back in his own zone for Penticton, flips to the far side for Smart. 9:30 to go here in the third. Far side, it's Luke Lowhite. Forward for Jack Barnes. Barnes long range shot blocked by Scott. Now back of the goal, Scott gets thrown into the boards by Barnes and then tripped him up. Either of them could have been called, but neither were. Lynn hands it back into the middle. The stick from Scott was caught in between the boot and the blade as it's flipped on goal by Microgianakis. Tipped in on the net by Snell towards his own net. And with 9:03 to go in the third, we'll take a break. 2-0 Capitals. You're listening to Discovery Honda Cowichan Capitals Hockey on 89.7 Juice FM.
We are CJSU FM Duncan. Broadcasting live from the West Isle Heating and Cooling Studio. They're not comfortable until you are. 89.7 Juice FM. Cowichan's biggest variety. Vista Radio. Local and proud of it.
Join the Kiwanis Club of Duncan for their first annual gala cocktail fundraiser Saturday, May 18th at the Chemainus Theater. Enjoy an evening of great food, games, prizes, entertainment, and more in celebration of 70 years serving the Cowichan Valley. Proceeds from the gala will go towards sending less fortunate teens to Kiwanis Summer Theater Camp. Support local youth. Pick up your early bird Kiwanis Club Gala tickets today through the Chemainus Theater box office or online at chemainustheaterfestival.ca/tickets.
It's Period 3 of Cowichan Capitals Hockey. Brought to you by Discovery Honda. The end is in sight. Here we go.
Welcome back inside the Island Savings Center. Cowichan a 2-0 lead. Dan McIntyre at 9:50 here in the third has given the Capitals a little bit of insurance. It's wristed hard down the ice out of the reach of Celia. Hora goes back for it. It's an icing call. It was a stretch pass attempt. It was just out of the reach of Celia and then rung around the boards towards the near side, so Hora got to it first.
Icing from Marlin Motors, where you can catch a great deal just off the highway by the Farm Market, South Duncan.
8:56 to go in the third. Far side draw. Celia wins it for Penticton. Miller rings it hard around. Hora tracks it down at center, but then lost the handle. Here's Sandelin one-on-one. Trying to get towards the middle. Meloragni stuck right with him, and then Sandelin, while he was falling, chopped the backhand towards the goal, and Diamond made the catching glove save. 8:45 to go in the third. Meloragni, a first period power play goal at 18:21 from Selivanov and Lynn. And then Dan McIntyre, his first of the playoffs. It comes at even strength from Vincent Millette and Dimitri Microgianakis at 9:50 here in the third. 8:45 to go. Rizzo against Selleck, near side of Diamond. Capitals win the draw as Lynn took it out of the center ice circle, now sends it in. And it's going to be an icing call against Cowichan, and that's not one that you see called very often. Lynn was maybe a step shy of center. But with 8:38 to go in the third, the faceoff's coming back into the Capitals zone. There's been much worse than that waved off, but gotta find the red at this point in the game.
Icing from Marlin Motors, where you can catch a great deal just off the highway by the Farm Market, South Duncan.
Rizzo, Gontus, and Sillinger for Penticton. Capitals win the draw. Microgianakis collects behind his own net, fires off the boards. Snell touched it with his hand, and then Miller picked it up at his own zone, but they don't call it a hand pass. Now Selleck will send it in after intercepting a neutral zone feed. Penticton's going to be forced to take a ton of chances here. 8:20 to go. They trail by 2. Snell drops it off. Miller, quick feed forward far side for Gontus. Gontus through the middle for Sillinger. Cuts towards the middle. His feed was off the shin pads of Selleck. Scott up the far wall, knocked down by Gontus. Far point kept alive. Snell's drive is sticked away by Diamond, and he sends it up into the netting on the near side with 8:02 to go. 27 saves for Pierce Diamond, 19 for Jack LaFontaine. Melaragny and McIntyre with the Capitals markers. Cowichan 1 for 2 on the power play. Penticton 0 for 4. Celia wins the draw. McIntyre a long shot. That was blocked by Cousins, fearlessly diving in front of it. Hora flips towards the near half wall. First onto it is David Celia. Celia pinned now by Melaragny. Couple former Nanaimo Clippers there. Linnell now sends it down low. Back of the goal for Sandelin. In front for Celia. Broken up by Cote on the back check as Sandelin, who spends a lot of his time and creates a lot of chances at the side of the goal, had a chance to spin in center there. Tipped into the middle for Gauthier, trying to get wide on Smart, to the goal! Kick save from LaFontaine. Could have been a hook there, but Gauthier with tremendous strength to take that one to the net, and LaFontaine in position to keep it out. Drop pass for Bose, wrist shot blocked by Melaragny. Near side, Millette will flip it out to center. Evan McIntyre quickly forward, far side for Harrogate. Long slap shot, blocker saved by Diamond. He thought he had it, but he did not. But he fooled the referee, who thought he did because he was sitting still in the net. It was loose beside him, and Melaragny had gotten there. He did get there to collect it, so it wasn't like Penticton would have scored on the play, but Cowichan gets a friendly whistle. 7 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the third. Selleck, Selivanov, and Lynn against Rizzo, Sillinger, and Gontus. Selleck takes the draw, and he wins it back into the far corner. Selivanov plays to the near corner. Micro Giannakis hammers it around the boards for Lynn. Lynn chops it out to center for Selleck. 2-on-2 with Selivanov. Curls, goes between his legs and tried to take it to the goal, but Rizzo broke it up. Rizzo through the middle, put in the skates of Gontus. Now pitch forward. Micro Giannakis will pitch out to center. Rizzo skates it in, just avoids a check from Scott, who had Rizzo lined up. Far side, Scott couldn't clear. Rizzo, quick one-timer, stopped by Diamond. It's behind him, no whistle, still loose. Underneath Diamond, somehow stays out. Near side, it's collected by Snell. Back to the point, Miller, one-timer, blocked by Selleck. Steered in front, off a couple bodies. Sillinger, off the stick of Diamond and wide. Now back of the goal, Selivanov lifts it in the air, out to center. Doesn't have enough for icing. It does not. It does, as it just curls past the goal of LaFontaine. Cowichan had got a change, and Snell was barely skating back to his own net, but the whistle goes. Mike Vandekamp not happy with the call. Snell was barely moving, and they'll bring the draw all the way back down. What a close call there. A sharp angle shot from Rizzo was behind Diamond. He was rolling all over the place. The puck stayed out, and then Paul Selleck with a gigantic shot block.
Icing from Marlin Motors, where you can catch a great deal just off the highway by the Farm Market, South Duncan.
Cowichan still can't figure out who was on the ice, and now we're going to get a timeout. With 6:17 to go in the third, it'll be Cowichan using their 30-second timeout. We'll step aside. 6 and change to go. You're listening to Discovery Honda Cowichan Capitals Hockey on 89.7 Choose FM.
The Rock Cod Cafe in Cowichan Bay.
We've been coming here since it started, and that's been a great number of years ago now. Love it. Always have enjoyed the Rock Cod Cafe.
It's good service, and it's down home and casual. We like it.
We're liveaboards, but we're too lazy to catch our own fish, so we come to the Rock Cod.
Been coming here since they opened. The clam chowder in the bread bowl is to die for.
The Rock Cod Cafe in Cowichan Bay. One meal, you'll be hooked for life.
It's period 3 of Cowichan Capitals Hockey, brought to you by Discovery Honda. The end is in sight. Here we go.
6:17 on the clock. Cowichan, after a mad scramble, iced the pocket, just curled wide of the goal, and they used their timeout. 6:17 to go in the third. It'll be Brodziak taking the draw against Celia. Celia wins it. Sandelin with a shot, kicked away by Diamond. Far side corner, Celia. Sandelin set the pick on Grist, but he got away with it. Played out towards the middle. Selivanov couldn't clear. Now Lynn. Backpedaling will lift it in the air. Knocked down at center by Celia. Grist tried to steer it towards the middle. Melaragny forward for Selivanov, who brings it back into his own zone. Now for Brady Lynn. Back to behind the goal for Boo Grist. Grist near side will use the glass. It's knocked down by Harrogate, forced back in. Just stays in play. Linnell around the back of the goal. In front, spins and centers. It was broken up. Stepping in his low height, poked away by Lynn. And Melaragny will lift it out to center. We'll keep an eye on Jack LaFontaine. There's still 5.5 minutes to go. But Fred Harbinson has pulled him early in this series. Linnell trying to get to the goal, one-hands it in front, and Diamond will cover at the near side. Grist did a good job of keeping him from getting to the goal with 5:29 to go. Shots are 32-21 in favor of Penticton. They have 10 here in the third period. Cowichan was at 14, so they have 7. Rizzo takes the draw on the near side against Dan McIntyre, who has the third period goal for Cowichan. Vees win the draw. McIntyre into the middle. Walks far side. Now down the far boards. Evan McIntyre tries to cut it in front. It was broken up. Micro Giannakis chipped it in the corner, then locked it against the boards. Moves it up the near side wall. Smart had it chipped past him by Millette out to center. Gontus at his own blue line, quickly forward far side for Sillinger. They're onside, in front for Rizzo, and it was poke checked by Micro Giannakis. Rizzo to the near point for Smart. Plays the bounce off the wall, cuts back to the middle. Rizzo spinning shot, and he hammered it wide of the goal. McIntyre far point, sends it down low. Dan McIntyre for Cowichan, sends it off the glass and out of play. And so Cowichan will be able to change with 4:49 on the clock. LaFontaine is halfway, standing at about the hash marks on the near side of the ice. And he's going to come. 4:49 on the clock. Penticton will go 6-on-5. LaFontaine on the bench. It's Cilia, Rizzo, Sandelin, Linnell, Miller, and Snell. Cote takes the draw for Cowichan. He's out there with Gauthier and Cousins, Hora, and Melaragny. Rizzo walks in behind the goal to the near side. Sandelin brings it back towards the point. Puck popping. Snell bodied by Gauthier, and it bounces out to center. Cilia at center ice. Spins back into his own zone. Vees with the goalie out, trailing 2-0. Cilia with speed flips it into the Cowichan zone, takes a check from Millette. Hora will lock it against the Zamboni door behind the Cowichan goal. Cilia digs it free now, Massimo Rizzo. Rizzo far side half wall, spins and fires it, stopped by Diamond. Puck's loose, nobody can find it. Melaragny will, but his clearance was blocked. It bounces out to center. Snell near side for Linnell at the Cowichan line, sends it in. Hora will go back in behind his own net, rings it up the near side. Gauthier sends it to the line. Gontus keeps it in. Now Gauthier will force it out to center. 4 minutes to go in the third. Quick feed forward for Gontus was wide. Melaragny going back. It's icing against Penticton. LaFontaine will be forced to go back into the goal, and a bunch of tired Vees will be stuck on the ice. 3:57 remains in the third. It's back to 5-on-5 as LaFontaine has to retreat back into the Penticton goal. Cowichan has used their timeout. Penticton has not used theirs. But they're trying to delay and figure out who they want on the ice. And it would be a difficult play because of having the net empty, so one person gets to go off anyways. It's Gontus, Sillinger, Rizzo, Miller, and McIntyre. Cowichan has Selleck, Selivanov, Flynn, Micro Giannakis, and Scott. Vees win the draw. Miller will use the glass to send it out to center. Micro Giannakis gloves it down, fires it right back in. Evan McIntyre in the far corner. Plays to the near corner for James Miller. Up the boards for Lucas Sillinger. Sillinger flips it into the middle. Selivanov intercepted and fired it right back in. LaFontaine back of his own net. Played it to the near side for James Miller. Miller cuts to the middle in his own zone, feeds it forward for Sillinger. Sillinger steps in, couldn't get a shot away. Micro Giannakis tied him up. Now Cote tried to hand pass it out, and he's able to move it to center. Cilia backs up into his own zone, 3:15 to go. Cilia far side, drops it back for McIntyre. Up the far wall, cut off by Cousins. His shot goes into the empty net. The slipper still fits. 3-0 Cowichan. A pickoff in neutral ice. Colton Cousins puts it into the empty net, and with 3:09 to go, Cowichan has a 3-0 lead. We will pick up the scoring play, but an empty net goal has made it 3-0 Capitals with 3 minutes to go. Far corner, Rizzo crunched by Hora. LaFontaine remains in the goal. Rizzo far point for Smart. Now back for Rizzo. Tried to get a shot away in front for Smart. Broken up by Melaragny. Plays it forward for Brodziak. 2-on-2. Near side, Millette curls and drags. Couldn't get it in deep. Now Millette trying to chop it up the wall. Cut off by Rizzo. Now Rizzo into the Cowichan end of the ice. Curls and drags. Broken up by Mike Giannakis. Far corner, Snell flips it in front. Cilia shot stopped by Diamond. Couldn't cover. McIntyre near corner. Looks to play it up the wall. He's tied up by Cilia. Now Cilia into the middle. Just wristed it wide into the goal. Snell into the middle now for Smart. Near side down the wall. Had it poked by Mileto to center. 2 minutes to go in the third. 3-0 Cowichan. Cilia at center. Retreats back into his own zone. Far side for Miller, got tripped up by the linesman as Scott picks it up for Cowichan. Up the wall for Cousins. His backhand goes out to center. James Miller now for Penticton. Up the far boards for Cassidy Bowes. Bowes steps into the Cowichan zone. Far side backhand sticked away by Diamond. Near point, Miller one-timer blocked by Gauthier. Shepard near side corner for Penticton. Far side corner now for Doug Scott. He'll fire it all the way down, and this one's going towards the empty net and just wide as Miller goes back for it. LaFontaine had gone back to the empty net maybe 5 seconds before that long shot, but the draw will come back into the Capitals zone.
Icing from Marlin Motors, where you can catch a great deal just off the highway by the Farm Market, South Duncan.
Draw to the far side of the Capitals zone, 6-on-5 for Penticton once again. Vees win the draw, far point for Miller. Far side Rizzo, fakes, now chips, it's shouldered away by Diamond. Back of the goal, Mike Giannakis takes a check from Sillinger. Rizzo, near point for Snell, toe drag, far side, he lost the puck. Now Snell, with room, far point for Cilia, 1 minute to go. Snell, far side for Cilia. Last minute of the third. Rizzo walks out in front, tried to stuff, it was stopped. Now Cilia back in the goal. Near side, Mike Giannakis doesn't have his stick. Cilia walks up top, into the middle, fanned on his pass. Now Snell far side, 40 seconds to go. Near side point for Miller. Slap shot blocked by Gauthier, bounces in front, loose puck, they score. Lucas Sillinger pokes it in with 36 seconds to go, taking away the shutout bid from Pierce Diamond on the 36th shot of the game for Penticton. It comes with the goaltender out, and it makes it 3-1 Cowichan. And now the Vees will take their timeout in a last-ditch effort with 36 seconds to go. We'll step aside. You're listening to Discovery Honda Cowichan Capitals Hockey on 89.7 Juice FM.
Juice FM, Canada's most powerful radio, is in your hands, pocket, or car right now with a free Radio Player Canada app. Your smartphone or tablet now pairs seamlessly with Sonos, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Chromecast, giving you unlimited listening to more than 500 of Canada's best radio stations, including Juice FM. You'll have instant access to every type of music, news, sports, and entertainment anywhere, in the car, at the gym, relaxing at home, or at work. Download Radio Player Canada for free. Simply search Radio Player Canada, where Canadian radio plays. Juice FM. It's Period 3 of Cowichan Capitals Hockey, brought to you by Discovery Honda. The end is in sight. Here we go.
Boy, is that empty net goal from Colton Cousins pretty big now. Lucas Sillinger, his second of the series, and it's 3-1 Cowichan with 36 seconds to go. Miller plays it forward for Sandelin, who will tip it into the Capitol zone. Going back forward his wrist, he's wrapped up by Sillinger. McIntyre into the near side corner. Quick fire from Snell. Now Sandelin spins and fires, and a toe save from Diamond. 20 seconds to go. Rizzo in front. Far side wall. Brodziak will chop it down the ice. This will be an icing call. Hustling back for it is Mason Snell with 12 seconds to go.
Icing from Marlin Motors, where you can catch a great deal just off the highway by the Farm Market, South Duncan.
12.6 on the clock. Vees still have the goaltender out, down 3-1. Brodziak takes the draw. He wins it for Grist. Grist will fire it off the near side glass. Snell bats it high in the air to the far side. Cilia will fire towards the goal. It bounces wide, and they have done it. The 16th seed in the BCHL takes out number 3 and moves on to the second round. Melaragnia power play goal. McIntyre an even strength marker. Cousins into the empty goal. And we've got handshakes at the Island Saving Center. Nobody believed. Everybody said Penticton in 4, Penticton in 5. But as it'll go down in the history books, it's Cowichan in 6. They stole game 1 on the road, 4-1. They won both games on home ice in games 3 and 4. And tonight, a 3-1 win, backstopped by 36 saves from Pierce Diamond. And the Cowichan Capitals are moving on to the second round of the playoffs.